Welcome to another episode of Fair Faithful Podcast. I'm Brandon Freeman, joined by me is my co-host, Christian Deon. And we got special guest, Niner Sickness Podcast, Beto himself. How we doing, guys?
What's up?
Doing all right.
What's going on, Izzy? Damien, what's going on? Bryant, welcome back. We are waiting for Deon and 49er Media to show up, but they're late. But we're going to go ahead and start off the show. Cowboy Angel, what's going on? All right, guys, let's talk about it. Let's get your overreaction to the 49ers versus Dolphins game. So start off, defense gave up a 75-yard touchdown on the first play of the game. Let's talk about that first. What did you guys think? What was your thought process as soon as that happened? Beto, go ahead first.
They blew it, man. They weren't set up back in the secondary, and they weren't expecting that. That should have. I mean, you couldn't avoid that pass and catch. It would have been at least 15, 20 yards tops, but it was further than that. You know what I mean? And that was on our best linebacker, man. That was on Fred Warner. So it sucked, but it happens. But you know what? D'Amico Ryans tightening up his belt and said, all right, you want to go there? We'll punch you in the face. We'll slow your ass down. And that's what they did. They slowed him down, and we kept them in check into the last part, but we kept them in check for the most of the game. 17 points to a high efficient offense like them. That's not bad.
Yeah. Christian, what are your thoughts?
So my first thought was like, oh, it's going to be this, huh? Like I was like, all that talk about this good offense, and then that's what we do. Freaking get caught sleeping.
The speed.
But then I was kind of like, well, let's see how it goes from here. I was kind of like, oh. I was kind of feeling annoyed, like, oh, God damn it. I hate when it changes my mindset. Stuff like that happens right away. So I was like, oh, fuck, it's going to be like this the whole game. And then the next drive, Jimmy breaks his foot. So I was like, oh, fuck, it is going to be like this game. But luckily, it turned out a lot better than I had originally thought it was going to be, because obviously that's the thing about this defense. We're really, really good, but we have a lot. We'll blow a lot of coverages, or like it cost us the game against the Bears in week 1. We blow coverages that hurt us. So, like, that's the thing about this defense. We be unstoppable, and then boom, one blown coverage, and there's a team scoring a big touchdown. It's kind of been this defense a little bit all year. But I get it too, because the way we play defense, the way these guys jump routes, the way these guys play fast, it's going to happen. It shouldn't be happening, but I understand why it does. And some of these guys are young. Jump route. If Hufanga, Gibson, I guess not being young, he shouldn't have taken a terrible angle, but Fred should have been better position on that touchdown, the first one. I don't even know where Hufanga was, but yeah, I think we just got caught sleeping. I just don't think we were ready. I was worried about that too. Just start the game was playing the Dolphins in a zone defense with how fast they get the ball out would hurt us, and then obviously they get the ball out super fast and they score a touchdown. So.
Yeah. So for those of you in the chat and you guys are watching off Twitter, go ahead and go over to our YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/PrayerFaithfulPodcast49. We can't see your comments or in the chat on Twitter. I don't know what's going on with Twitter, but it's been like that for a while now since they updated it from Periscope. So once again, you guys go over to youtube.com/Faithful 49, and we'll get your comments on there. Jerome, what's going on? He says Kyle needs to stop holding Mason back from feeding him like a fat kid. That's true.
Yeah, it's hard to figure out how Kyle's going to handle the running backs. We kind of just have to go with as frustrating as it is. At least we saw some good carries from Mason, and he made the best of it. So what was annoying me is every time, as many times as I seen McCaffrey running in between the tackles and going nowhere, every time I'm like, it's not even worth. Like he's better. It's better to have him out there on third down. It's better to have him run outside. Outside off tackle whatnot on stretch plays and stuff. But if you're going to run between the middle, just hand it to Mason because he was getting 3-4 yards because he doesn't go down after first contact. He's not easy to tackle. He runs hard. It's better if we're going to run because there were drives where we were starting at second and long that were hurting us because we're running the ball in the middle with McCaffrey and going nowhere. Like, yeah, McCaffrey's a great running back, but between the tackles, I'd rather put a big guy that's going to plow through people than a smaller guy who's more finesse.
David.
So that's the only thing I see is like, I know Kyle's trying to establish the run game and establish a certain running back, but he should just buy into the not go with the hot hand as much this year because it's different this year and just go with what works on what play. And if you're going to run between the tackles, you need to run Mason because he's going to get us positive yardage most of the time. Mm-hmm. I feel a lot better with him running between the tackles than I do McCaffrey.
So that's for sure.
We need to find a good medium when it comes to the run game. Because especially with Purdy now being the guy we need to really establish the run game more than we have lately. Like I know everybody always says, well, the Niners got a good run game. Yeah, well, we run it okay, but we need it to be even better because that's going to really help out Purdy. If we can start to actually like get 4 or 5 yards each time we run the ball, because so I really want to see the run game get better.
Yeah,
as the rest of the season.
So, all right. So that was my next question. So Jimmy Garoppolo gets hurt. Supposedly he broke his foot at the time that we knew. Before all the reports came out more today.
It's still broken, right?
No, it's not.
Oh, I thought I said it was broken. It just wasn't a Liz Frank. I
don't. But I'm gonna go ahead and ask this question. What were your guys' thought process after we heard about Jimmy being out the rest of the game and everything? Brock Purdy coming in. Media, let's get your thoughts when that happened.
Yeah, so I mean, it was kind of interesting because obviously it happened, and to me, it reminded me of like it's a different injury, but it also it looked similar to what Trey Lance is injury in terms of how he got hurt. And so it's kind of interesting because when I was watching on TV, I didn't see the cart come out. I only knew about that because from, the 49ers, like beat reporters tweeting it out. I didn't even know there was a cart coming out. So as soon as I knew that, I was like, okay, it's something bad, but let's just hope, it's nothing too crazy. And then, Brock Purdy comes in and I think does a really good job. But yeah, I didn't think he was gonna be out for the season at the initial thing. I thought he maybe misses like 4 weeks, maybe 3-4 weeks.
Yeah. Beto, go ahead.
Yeah. When he first went out, I seen him go down. I'm like, oh man, they sacked him again. But it didn't look, from the eye, it didn't look like he got hurt. It was taken down. And then I heard the announcers mentioning about Brock loosening up. And I'm like, oh, what's going on? And then I've seen the cart take Jimmy away. And listen, as good as Brock did, and I hope he continues to be better because we need him to. Jimmy was playing good ball. He wasn't turning it over. And it sucks. It sucks because we're going to find out what we have in Brock. But when you're I don't care who it is. When you have to go to your third string quarterback, it's tough. The good thing is we have a great defense and we have a good run game. And let's be honest, Brock did not, the only thing he very, very much lacks in is experience in the NFL. But he played 4 years in college in the Pac-12, so he played against some good defenses. He has some good experience, and for what he showed me in that game, in that particular game that we were talking about earlier, but that play that we were talking about earlier about where the defender came right into his face. He looked right into the eye of the barrel, and he still went ahead and threw that pass for a first down to Kittle. He did not get scared. He didn't move. He knew what he had to do, and he stood there. He knew he was going to get hit, and that showed me a lot about this kid. Now, this is where Kyle's really going to have to become a great play caller and see how he can utilize this kid. But are we going to miss Jimmy? Yes. The fact that he might come back in the playoffs, that is hopeful, but we don't know what condition he'll be in. We don't know how he'll be then. But if this kid Brock does good, sometimes you just got to ride that hot hand. Hopefully he stays hot. And it's not one of those because, hey, Nick Mullins played really good against the Raiders. And then we all saw how it happened afterwards. So let's see. I don't think he's anywhere near as Nick Mullins. But we'll see what happens with the Brock in the future.
Christian?
Well, my first thought, I didn't notice at first until like Beto said, the announcers, and then I didn't know right off the bat. And then my first thought was, oh shit, like what do we do now? Who do we find? Mostly was like, well, our season's over. That's it. Let's just get the season over with and move on to the next. And then I was just kind of riding out the rest of the game to see how it was going. But then, surprisingly, we were still moving the ball and started scoring some points. And I was like, oh, damn, well, I didn't think we were going to win after Jimmy going down. And then we kept putting up points. Like Purdy looked pretty decent. I was excited how he was playing at the time, but I also wasn't getting like overly crazy because I know he played good, but I still don't trust anything from a third string quarterback who was drafted at the end of the 7th round, who, we know lacks in arm strength. He also even though he did play 4 years, he played in an extremely, extremely, extremely run heavy offense at Iowa State. Like they were 100% fully run heavy. So it's not like he was torching defenses with his arms those 4 years. So I was kind of like, when it first happened, I was bummed because I actually was like looking forward to the Brady Garoppolo thing. Like I know I'm not a huge fan of Garoppolo at times, but just the thought of them two finally playing against each other was actually kind of exciting. I was trying to have hope for Jimmy to okay, well, let's see if he can give us a legitimate game in the playoffs. Is he going to be the same old crappy playoff Jimmy, or is he finally going to give us a game where like, damn, all right, here we go. We finally got, a game where Jimmy looks really good and gives us a couple touchdowns, doesn't turn the ball over. I was actually looking forward to seeing if that was going to happen this year. So I was definitely bummed that he's out for that. And then I've not been on the Purdy train like most people. Like I'm not hating on him or anything. But if you're somewhat of a decent player, especially in Kyle's offense, any quarterback can go in there and look good for a little while. But we have no teams have any film on Purdy. He's actually going to he might benefit a little bit against Buccaneers because there's still not enough film yet. But we'll see how he does against the Bucs, and then after that, teams are going to have legitimate film on him. And I think that's what I'm worried about. Like, we need to at least get to 2 more wins this season, and are we going to be able to with Purdy really worries me, because once teams have film on him, can he still produce? Like, is he still able to move the ball and score points? Because we need to all we got to do is score 24, 30 points a game, and we're going to win. We're not going to give up over 30 points a game to anybody. So all we need is a couple, 4 touchdowns drives, I know it's a lot to ask, but as long as we can, put some points on the board, maybe it can work with Purdy. But I'll believe it when I see it in multiple weeks. Like it's going to have to be not just next week him playing okay. I'm going to have to see it against the Seahawks after that, against the Commanders after that. Like it's going to take me a while to make me a believer of Purdy because I'm not buying into the coming in off the bench and playing well in an offense designed for that, any quarterback to be able to do that. So it's going to take me a while to really get onto it because, like you guys saw with me in the chat, I was way 100% pro getting another quarterback.
Yeah.
Sadly, there's nobody else we can get, which really sucks. But
here's my thing. You guys agree he played a Jimmy Garoppolo type game on Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure if you didn't look at the jersey, you couldn't tell who was playing.
I know.
Yeah. But he looked I feel like he looked better than Jimmy did a little bit.
I only saw
because I think he looks. Sorry, I'll let you go ahead. And then
I was just gonna say I only saw one. Sorry, Anshul. I only saw one really bad rookie mistake, and that was the running into the sack.
Yeah.
He didn't have to run out of the pocket. He could have stepped up in the pocket and had some room. He runs out and runs into a sack. That's the biggest rookie mistake I saw. Like, yeah, the interception I can understand. Kind of, being a rookie, he's not. He probably stared down Ayuk and then
it was a punt. It wasn't an interception.
No, because like McCaffrey was wide open for the first down. Kyle designed it right, but maybe those kind of things, if with some more practice with the first team, Purdy will see, and he'll be able to trust Kyle when Kyle tells him this is going to be here. Maybe Purdy will be able to do it. Those reps could help hopefully with the first team, but I didn't see too many rookie mistakes, which is good. But it's gonna be interesting to see him against the Bucs and how many rookie mistakes he makes, because he can make rookie mistakes, but they have to be ones we can overcome. They can't be crushing ones like Nick Mullins throwing it right to the freaking defender all the damn time. Kind of mistakes.
Go ahead, Media. What were you gonna say?
Yeah. So no, you're all good. Don't worry about it. So yeah, I think Purdy. The most impressive thing to me was the windows, because I did not know Purdy had that in him. That was just extremely impressive to me. Like, I was like, damn, Purdy, you can do that.
She liked that quick release, huh?
Yeah. I mean, he kind of reminds me of a Jimmy G and a little bit of Nick Mullins.
Seriously.
But he has a fast release, and that's actually really good
attribute. I love that spiral too.
But the one thing is, like, he doesn't really have, the ball in terms of like how he throws it. That's still a work.
He just doesn't have the arm strength. Like, he has the quick release, but the deep ball is going to not still be here. Like,
because he had CMC like wide open, like on the.
He also had Brandon Ayuk wide open too.
Yeah, that one he even admitted to fucking up too.
But that's the thing, is he'll watch the film though, and
that's where practice comes in.
It's just I worry about like that one
film practice.
Even though Debo was interfered with, that one he threw to Debo, he was late. That's a kind of a rookie mistake. It's hard with the timing because he's not used to Debo. But he was a little late. But it's also Debo's interfered with. But with the arm strength, he might have still been able to. We might have been able to complete that ball. He played
pretty well for like just having to come in and like.
Yeah, no, I agree. I just worry about the arm strength.
Whenever you get a W, these little mistakes can be definitely easier to fix when the W than it is with the L.
Exactly.
Yeah, because then you're like, oh shoot, we need to fix this.
Yeah.
Those longer throws definitely worried me though, because like they float up. Not that it's not a really beautiful tight spiral, but they take a long time to get there.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Like, I think that's something with the CMC miss, is that because the ball takes so long to
so
get there, he's not able to.
I'm gonna show something real quick.
Okay.
Brandon Ayuk was on a show airing it out. And he talks about how Brock Purdy, he takes responsibility of his mistakes that he did on Sunday and everything like that.
He also told Ayuk, Purdy also told Ayuk that he's going to give him the ball. Like, he's going to get him he's going to get him his. So Ayuk's going to be happy when he hears that too.
Yeah. So let's check this out real quick.
Jimmy G gets hurt now. You got Brock Purdy coming from Iowa State, who was the last pick of the draft. And you don't make these decisions. Baker Mayfield just gets released, and everybody, the 49ers are claiming. Are you comfortable finish the rest of the season when Brock Purdy is in
Give me Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, first of all, people talking about the performance he had. We talking about a backup quarterback. You say Mr. Irrelevant, 7th-round draft pick, a quarterback in his rookie season, and it's beyond how he played. It's the preparation throughout the week when you don't even think you have a chance to even touch the field. You still prepared to go out there and give yourself a chance to perform.
He played well yesterday. He looked good to me.
That's why I can respect it. He gave himself a chance to perform because the way that he prepared when he didn't even think there was a chance in hell that he was going to play. And when that moment came, he played well, and he came up to me earlier, just right before I came in here, man. I missed you on a few things. That's on me. Just know I'm gonna get better and I'm gonna feed you. As a receiver, I'm like, damn, you ain't gotta tell me, you gotta apologize to me. But I feel it. I feel the energy. So it's like, I don't care who on the waiver wire, what they talking about out there. I'm rocking with DP for sure. Look, man.
He's the one thing I'd say other than with Purdy, other than his quick releases, that guy, he plays with so much heart.
Yep.
And you can't.
Oh yeah, no, the swag he has too. Like he was doing the crazy celebration.
Yeah. You can't teach that kind of heart. Like he plays with so much heart, and that can.
He loves the game of football.
They can lift up your teammates too when you play with that kind of heart, like
that energy.
Yeah.
Real quick, I just wanted to mention something real quick. I don't know if I've really seen Jimmy do this as much, but the nice thing I loved about Brock Purdy is he noticed the play clock, and when it went down, he just went automatically.
Even Kyle said that takes balls that he did that.
Yeah,
he did
that twice, and
hopefully they'll fix that. That's because the play took forever for him to adjust the play. But once he practices and gets better with the play calling, they'll preserve those. I didn't like those timeouts, but they were necessary.
Kyle said that he did something that I don't think Jimmy's even done much. Is he adjusted that pass he did throw to Kittle. He apparently made adjustments at the line, told Kittle where to go.
Wow.
And then made that throw.
Yeah, he was making changes in the line.
Smarter than we think.
This kid's a smart son of a bitch.
He was going like audibles. He was doing
I want to be positive, but I'm excited, but I got to see more to believe in him. But I am excited, so don't take it. I am excited for the possibility that he can be a good backup in this.
Let me ask you guys this question. You guys know and I'm not comparing him to him.
I want him to be our Nick Foles.
Tom Brady, okay, 6th round quarterback that was drafted
199th,
to be a backup. Okay, a flimsy little guy. They never saw him what he is today. Now, back then, if I would have told you Tom Brady was going to be a 7-time Super Bowl champion, and you would have laughed at me and probably just coming in because it was I'm not saying Brock is going that direction, but all I'm saying is when you get your opportunity and you make your best of it, I don't care where you get drafted. I don't care if you're drafted in the 1st round, 7th round. If you take advantage of your opportunity and show everybody, show the world who you're made of, hey, this is when you get your opportunity. Look at Warner for the Rams when he came in with Weston and got hurt and took him straight to the Super Bowl. This guy was bagging groceries in the supermarket. And took
Kurt Warner with the Rams. With the Rams,
Kurt Warner. So we're going to find out a lot about Brock in this game against Tampa Bay, but we're really going to find out more about him against Seattle in the hostile environment. Mm-hmm. That's where we're going to find out
on a short week. On a short week.
In a short week, yes. Yeah. Can he handle that noise?
If he can handle playing against the Hawkeyes in Iowa, I don't see why he can't handle Seattle.
So I said this earlier in my other show, and I'm not going to blow it up, but if he plays really good and he takes us far into the playoffs, let's say we don't make the Super Bowl, but we take us far into the playoffs, and this guy is like really impressive. Do you think there's a controversy next year?
No.
Next year?
No. It's he's the backup, and he came in and played. Because that's what backups are supposed to do. They're supposed to come in and play good on small stretches.
He'll be second string. If anything,
But
he'll beat out the third.
And I just,
Kyle
I
will
just
just
for that
feel
to be
confident.
funny. But the best thing of having Trey, at least we know if he plays really good, we have an awesome backup that if anything happens to Trey for a game or two, we know Brock can come in.
That's
and
what
win.
Kyle wants.
Yeah.
Kyle wants
And-
that actual assurance that.
And I really, this stood out to me a lot, is I liked how Trey was there during the game, you know, talking to Brock, coaching.
That's
him
what I
and
was
all
just
that
about
stuff.
to say
Like that.
too. I was like,
He's a
you
leader.
saw they were like, you know, Trey and Purdy was
Mhm.
sitting
I
next to each other.
love Trey Lance, man.
Both
Everything
of them.
about that kid, but I hope he comes back and balls out next year.
Well,
Yeah.
I like
And I
Brock.
think
Brock's been raised properly, and so has Trey Lance. I think those two guys can be really, really good friends as a
Good.
starting quarterback and a backup. You don't see that
Yes.
very often.
Yep.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. You want to. Yeah, that's what you want. It's the way Montana was with DeBerg.
Yes, Steve. Steve, and then also with Steve Bono.
Yeah.
Him and Steve Bono were really good friends.
So, hopefully, you know, that's what we get. I was gonna say something else and I forgot.
I was also
Actually,
gonna
Steve
say
DeBerg-
like Purdy's played a lot more in college too.
Oh,
So
4 years.
Did you hear that?
yeah,
But did you
so
hear
he has
that?
a-
I heard that he turned down Alabama. Is that true?
I think I
I-
remember hearing about that too.
I couldn't say.
God.
I couldn't say.
I don't know if it's true, but he chose to go to Iowa State. So
Playing in the Pac-12, bro. That's the difference between him and Trey. Trey has a bigger arm and better attributes, but he didn't play much in college. Not the same thing with Brock. Brock played all 4 years.
He
so
played
had a lot of.
he played
playing
4
time.
years in an offense-driven conference.
Yep.
That's the only thing is the Big 12's not always been all that great on defense.
No.
Yeah, so
offense.
I found an article. So it's saying he turned down offers from like Alabama and Texas A&M.
Oh wow.
Interesting. So he could have played in the SEC.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So he's smart,
Yes.
intelligence. That's what tells me for to be an Alabama guy, you got to be smart.
Mhm.
So we saw Purdy get the ball out quick, especially when we saw Miami blitzing like crazy on him. He didn't get scared, nothing. He just took it, threw the ball where he found an open person. I mean, the guy looked like he's played a professional game already. Game.
He did a lot better than you would expect a backup coming
Mhm.
in against a good.
I think he did
Dolphins.
beyond better than my expectations, to be honest with you.
He did
Yeah,
really
because
well.
like I was surprised because obviously, and this is no knock on Trey Lance, but you know Trey Lance did take some time to kind of get into games, right? Brock Purdy kind of had the
But
same
that's the
thing, but it
experience
was-
that he has,
yeah,
though.
yeah.
Over
Like,
yeah.
when
in
he
college.
scored that
Yeah.
he scored that touchdown right before halftime, I was like, "Damn, dude, this kid's got
That was
ice.
the one that you
He's got ice in his veins. Holy shit!"
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
that
You know,
was
that's
he
without
wasn't afraid,
practice.
dude.
Imagine when he
Yeah.
has practice underneath him.
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
ran the fucking 2-minute drill to fucking a T and scored a touchdown.
So
That was nice.
yeah, like I was like, oh shit. Well, there goes our season. Like, you know, once Jimmy went down, but as the time went on and we were seeing how Purdy was playing and everything like that, even though nobody has film on him or anything like that, I still think he played well enough to where, you know, he held it together. He wasn't scared. He wasn't nervous. Like he looked like he just went out there and just played ball.
Mhm.
You know.
What scares me is if we do get into playoffs with Purdy, it's Dallas's defense will be the best defense we'll face. Even if we get to the Super Bowl, there won't be an AFC team with a
He can
defense.
be better than Eagles defense.
I think Cowboys
honestly,
defense is better than the Eagles defense.
The Eagles defense.
They lost Robert Quinn too to IR.
Yeah, they did. So I like the Eagles defense. I think they're good, but the Dallas's defense is a little better.
I don't like their secondary. I think the Cowboys secondary sucks personally.
I guess that's fair.
Plus, the
bad.
Cowboys haven't really played fucking anybody. Like,
But
Yeah.
they have that's true. But they have a good pass rush, which McGlinchey's not going to do well against Micah Parsons.
I want to ask you guys a little question. Did you guys see the video from now the Finns TD Finns talking?
yes,
So that
he was crying.
He's so bad.
Like, I was crying.
Yeah.
Dude, it's funny how Defense
Purdy.
fans were talking all that ish all week,
And then they lost to
they're all
Brock
quiet.
Purdy.
Bro, and
They're
it's
all
like
quiet.
Mostert
They
was
lost to a
talking.
third string
Dude,
quarterback.
Yeah,
Brock Purdy
Mostert
came
was
in.
talking all his shit, and it's
Uh-huh.
like, bro, you barely had anything.
Dude, together, I think they only had 66 yards.
They legitimate lost to Brock Purdy because when Brock Purdy came into the game, the Niners were losing. So he legitimately beat the Dolphins.
Yeah.
That's
Did you guys see that thing that Jesse put out? Justin Laner?
Oh yeah, with the photos from I
No,
forget.
well, he was talking about Brock Purdy, about him wearing playing in the 13-week, wearing number 13. And he really broke it down how that
Oh, okay.
13 really represents. I can't
'Cause
find
I
it.
saw
But
I saw the like the photo charts of like comparing
Well,
Trey Lance,
he's a
Jimmy
Marino.
Garoppolo, and Brock Purdy.
Brock's a Marino fan, I guess.
oh yeah, Marino. Yeah, that's right. He's a Marino.
Marino was at the
That's why he chose
game.
13.
What
Yeah.
happened, Brandon?
So, and
then
like-
so what do you call it? Let's flip to the opposite side of the ball. Let's talk about our defense. Started off rough, but they came back together. What do you think D'Amico Ryans did to basically, let's just say, scare Tua for one? And I mean, like, there was a bunch of open shots that Tua could have had, and he didn't complete them.
That's where I'm saying, like, D'Amico didn't do that much. Tua kind of played terribly. That helped us a lot, to be fair. Like, the D line was the best in this game for defense wise, but like we were getting burnt bad with that zone defense with
Our
the
DBs
Dolphins
are
receivers.
horrible.
Not that they're horrible, it's just fucking you can't. It's hard to play zone coverage against the Dolphins defense or offense. I said that in our show, our preview show. Like, I don't want to see that much zone against this offense. We were still playing zone. And Tua made a lot of terrible, terrible throws that would have kept drives going, and that game could have went a lot different if he didn't make such terrible throws. So, like, our defense did really good and put a lot of pressure on him, but that game could have easily went the other way if Tua didn't play so bad. We made the plays when it mattered, though, to win the game, so I'm not taking anything away from the defense. But when you run zone against that defense, that's those big plays that they made is going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, I understand the reasons of why you might not want to play man too, but it's like I would have liked, especially if it was a really close game, I would have liked to see, some trying to slow the receivers down, get, hurt to his timing, give the defensive line chances to get pressure on him, because when they early in the game, Tua was getting the ball out super fast. I'm like, well, if you're running zone defense, you're going to be able to get the ball out super fast every single time. You have to play man to stop that. And luckily, Tua helped us, because if he had been on like super accurate that game and we kept playing zone, he would have torched us. That's what I saw. Like, I know D'Amico likes to play the zone, but it's like some certain offenses, I don't like playing the zone, and we just kind of lucked out a little bit, I think, in this game, because Tua was terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, he was missing throws. His receivers were dropping.
The receivers were wide open.
Yeah, and they just dropped.
Yeah.
It's like Tyreek Hill, we let him have his game, but it was like that didn't really affect.
Tua was scared. He was playing scared.
Well, yeah, that no O-line, and then him being so fragile. And then
I'm surprised we didn't play more quarters in our defense than playing zone, especially against that offense. But you're right. If Tua would have been accurate on his game, the type of way he normally throws, we would have got burnt. And I know we got away from man, because really I don't think D'Amico really trusts Lenore on the opposite. I think if Manuel's, I think if what's the name, Mosley would have been playing, they would have been playing man.
Well, if we were playing man, then Ambry Thomas wouldn't look like such trash, because he would play. That's the thing. When we played man, we played man. We played man coverage against Dallas in the playoffs last year, right? That was Ambry Thomas's best game of the season.
Yeah, it hurts him when we play a lot of zone, but D'Amico likes it.
I'm telling you, like, that's the thing is Ambry Thomas gets shit on. He's not that bad. He's just not good at man. He's not good at zone coverage. He's a man coverage guy. That's just what he's good at.
Yeah.
So Lenore's better at zone
But I
coverage.
can see why they try to do zone. I think D'Amico was kind of scared to play man, especially with those wideouts and that type of speed that the Miami throws.
Didn't
One
make
little
a
mistake,
difference.
bro, and you're killed.
I know, but the zone got destroyed. They
Yeah,
just-
no. I don't think that's what he was planning to get destroyed, but I think that's what his outlook was. But you're right. What's the name? With that one pass where he threw over Hill, he was wide open all by
I know
himself.
exactly, or the one towards the sideline that they they're all wide open and he's just missing throws. That's why that was the biggest difference in the game.
I know it's not true, but I'm still going to put it that he was afraid of Eric Armstead because welcome back,
Dude,
Eric
Armstead looked fucking fantastic, dude.
He was the
that
reason
first-
why that first interception took place.
Oh, dude, that first Bosa sack too, dude.
Yep.
Fuck, dude, he fucking pushed. Dude, he was pushing the freaking guys into freaking Tua's lap every time.
Yeah.
So that I would, when it comes to the defense, it's all the defensive line in this game. They are the reason all of that happened. Tua played bad. Everything the defensive line fully gets.
Well, you guys heard the thing about the situation with Bosa and Kyle, right?
Yeah, but Kyle did that on purpose.
Yeah,
Kyle
he
knew what
did
he
that
was
on
doing.
purpose.
He knew he was motivating
It was
both Nick
motivation.
and he.
Are you talking about the one where he said, "Don't talk"?
Don't talk
Well,
about me anymore.
It
Yeah,
started.
don't talk
It
about
started.
Yeah,
Media.
yeah.
It started with Kyle in his press conference said that the linebackers outplayed the defensive line against New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
So then here comes Bosa and has a 3-sack day and a block for the for the recovery touchdown by Greenlaw, and he told Kyle said he was going to give him a hug, right? And he's like, and he gave him a mean look and said, "Don't you ever talk shit about me." But he used a different word. And
Yeah, he said, "Don't talk bad about me anymore."
Yeah, but he said the F word.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
like, I think Kyle did it on purpose. I think Kyle was trying to motivate Nick a little bit, which it did work.
hell, it woke his ass up. Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle knew what he was doing.
And bringing back to Eric Armstead, man, this guy is a beast.
Oh, you could tell the defense missed him.
Yeah,
Dude.
everybody.
Oh,
the thing
fuck
is,
yeah, they
our
did.
fan base hates him so much.
I
this
love
season
him,
because,
dude.
Oh, he
I
doesn't get the sacks.
He doesn't get the sacks, dude.
Yeah,
Dude,
bro, it's like interior guys
his-
don't generally get a lot of sacks.
if we get Kinlaw
anyways,
back,
and-
if we can get Kinlaw back even at 80%, him and Armstead, fuck yeah, dude. I love that going into the
yeah, because now
to
Ridgeway is
playoffs.
going to be out
Like,
for the regular.
Yeah,
because
season.
what I'm hoping is if we have to see Dallas in the playoffs, I'm hoping that fucking Kinlaw's there next to fucking Armstead. We shut that run game down.
Even if we have Kinlaw just for the playoffs, I'm good.
Fuck yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the only reason we don't, we say he's a bust because he can't play. But if he's in there to play, I trust him playing well. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, if he ever becomes a bust, it's not because of his talent or
it's
ability
because
to
of
play.
the
It's just
knees.
going to be
Literally,
his
he's
ability not
just
to be
not
on
able
the
to be on
field.
the field.
He's an absolute fucking worth a first round pick. He's just his knee won't. It just keeps betraying him.
Just people Niners get in their feelings, and the Niner fans get in their feelings about we took him too high. 2020 is always great when you see it from the we should have took Wharf. Yes, we could have, but
Okay, sometimes I freaking question our fans' football IQ because all the people saying they'd rather ride with Purdy over Baker Mayfield and blah blah blah. I'm like, dude,
Well, I even question their IQ.
I was like, didn't say anything because I didn't really want to like insult anybody, but I was getting annoyed. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. Are you seriously going to sit here and tell me that a first overall pick who we've seen take his team to the playoff, win a playoff game, and at his best looks fucking fantastic, would absolutely excel in Kyle's offense and give us a chance to legitimately put up points with and win a Super Bowl? You'd rather roll with Brock Purdy. How fucking dumb are you?
Well, this is why the Rams stepped in. I don't care what people said. The Rams needed a
they did, dude. Of course
they
they
did.
did. Of course they did. Kyle
They're
didn't
still pissed off about
even if they say
Bro,
Kyle
and
didn't, even if they say Kyle didn't put a waiver in, he knew that fucking somebody was going to take him.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to let the Niners go fucking get fucking Baker Mayfield for nothing when they're down to their third string quarterback.
Yep.
Dude, you fucking put Baker in that offense, he's going to be good instantly.
Yeah,
I don't care what anybody says because it's not like he's playing with a bunch of divas.
But the thing is,
And Baker's gonna throw the ball to the open receiver. He's not gonna force it. He's not good when he forced it. That's what was so bad with him with OBJ. OBJ wants you to force the ball to him. That's not Baker's game. Baker's gonna read the field and find the open man and make the play. If you're gonna make him force it and stop reading the field, it's gonna hurt his game. He can read the field. He can make all the reads and fucking find the open receiver. But when he's trying to force the ball to fucking Beckham, he's gonna look terrible. That's why that never worked.
Yep.
So that, and then, they had other stuff, but Baker was never going to work in Carolina because they're a fucking dumpster fire. But he would have come here. Fuck, dude. He would have been, I don't care what anybody says. We would have fucking probably won the Super Bowl. I'm serious. I firmly believe had he come here, we could have won the Super Bowl.
Because I think he's similar to Jimmy Garoppolo in some
and
ways.
Everybody doesn't want him because they're worried about his attitude. They're worried about that. I don't give a fuck if he gives me the fucking number
Winning
6.
Changes
who gives a
people's
fuck?
attitudes, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I was fucking losing my mind how dumb people seem to me on fucking Twitter. Like, what the fuck do you mean you don't want Baker Mayfield? He's the fucking he's not, he doesn't suck. He obviously doesn't suck. Yeah. He just got fucked.
Yeah, but there's no way we were going to get him.
I know we were never going to get him, but the Browns are fucking stupid because they wasted all that money when there was nothing wrong with Baker other than and then obviously Carolina's a dumpster fire. That's not Baker's fucking fault either.
I want to say something real quick.
It blows my fucking mind. All these people saying no, Baker, bro, you're fucking saying no to the first overall fucking pick, who's taking his team to a playoff game, who hadn't won one and won a playoff game, haven't won one in almost 30 years, or whatever it is, 1995, whatever the fucking last time they won a playoff game or whatever it was, fucking won them a playoff game, fucking went down to the fucking end with fucking Kansas City, and you know what I mean? Like, at his best, who was fucking fantastic, had less than 10 interceptions that season when he was at his best. You're fucking telling me you want to roll with Brock fucking Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, over that? What the fuck are you thinking? Like, it didn't happen, but I guarantee if we would have got Baker Mayfield, we would have won the fucking Super Bowl, and you can't tell me otherwise. Because he's better than Jimmy Garoppolo. He's going to actually put up 30 points a game for this in that Niners offense.
I wanted to say
I really believe the Rams took him.
Yeah.
The Rams don't need him. They have a losing season.
Dude, he would have never he the way he reads the field, every time Kyle's like, this guy's going to be open, Baker would have found him. Kyle's like, on this play, this is who's going to be open. Baker would have found him. That's what Baker does. That's
and he would have had a connection with CMC already because Atlanta.
As soon as everybody started knocking his game, as soon as
Bosa would have to kick his ass though for the first.
as soon as things started,
would be personal during practice.
I know, right? As soon as things started going bad with Odell, that's when things started going downhill with the Browns and Baker, because he was not reading the field. He was not, he was just staring down Odell because he was trying to force the ball to Odell because Odell's.
They're also saying that there is drama in the Panthers locker room as well with him.
No, they said he was liked.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was more.
People don't like Baker Mayfield because he's the kind of guy who's definitely had a chip on his shoulder his whole career, his whole football career, because of the way he's probably been treated. So he has a lot of moxie and whatnot. He does. He's got a shit ton of moxie, and people don't like that. It rubs them the wrong way.
Faker Mayfield.
Okay, let's talk about this comment real quick. So David McNew says Faker Mayfield couldn't get it done with OBJ. Landry in a really good.
I literally just said why.
Our offense is not easy to learn.
Just said what it was bad, because he was trying to force it to Odell all the time, and even when Odell wasn't open, because Odell was fucking crying for the ball all the time. Before Odell, dude, they were great.
Yeah, I wanted to say something real quick about your earlier comment saying that,
hold on. To that other comment, Baker was fucking playing with a goddamn torn labrum. So fucking get away from this fucking. He was fucking playing with a torn labrum. He should have been out the whole season. So OBJ and an O-line. Yeah, he's fucking playing with a goddamn torn labrum. What the fuck do you expect? The labrum's where your fucking arm strength comes from.
Yeah, because even Kittle had a torn labrum.
Yeah, as a quarterback, you can't fucking. I mean, I think it was his left arm. It was his left arm, but the torque from your fucking arm strength comes from your shoulders and your chest. It's gonna be hard to fucking throw and fucking be accurate and stuff when you're fucking torn labrum. I have fucking shoulder issues. Like the labrum is a. If he was healthy and didn't have that torn labrum, the Browns would have been a lot better. He was obviously playing injured the whole season.
Unfortunately, neither here or there, brother. He's just, with the Rams. He's not coming here. So your point, unfortunately, we'll never know.
I know that sucks because I wish it would have, and then he would have fucking killed it, and I would have just told all these Niner fans, you guys are fucking stupid thinking it would have been better to roll with Brock Purdy, but now I don't get the chance.
Because he didn't make it to the Niners, those Niner fans are going to always say that they were right, you were wrong.
They're not fucking right. They're fucking dumb as shit.
I hear you, but
no.
Yeah, and there's no way to prove it.
You tell me you're a fucking football fan and you know football, and you fucking tell me Brock Purdy's better fucking option than Baker Mayfield. Get the fuck out of here.
All right, I wanted to say something real quick about your earlier comments.
Sorry.
About the thing. No, you're good.
Get out of the toilet bowl, Brandon.
Why the hell were people saying bring back Drew Brees, bring back Phillip Rivers, and then bring back go get Cam Newton? Like, bro, those people haven't even practiced. They haven't played in a few years. Like, they're busy being analysts or just chilling at home. Like, freaking Phillip Rivers has a bunch of kids that he's taking care of. Like, bro, Baker Mayfield at least was practicing.
I think
people like to go by the names, bro. It's just the names. You know, the big names like Drew Brees, the big name, but they're not what we need right now. You know what I mean? Baker Mayfield
would have stepped in.
At least he would have been a backup, and then if he would have worked his way up to take over Brock, who knows? That would have been seen in practice. Possibly, you know, how far we would have gone, but we're stuck with Josh Johnson, and that's just the reality of it. So
unless Jimmy comes back in the playoffs,
in my opinion, we're not winning. Well, we're not winning the Super Bowl. I'm gonna go for the ride the rest of the season, but like the chances.
I'm taking one game at a time now because
I know the chances of like. I thought the whole point of the Niners was the Super Bowl. So when people were saying with riding with Brock Purdy, I was like, so you guys don't want to win a Super Bowl, or because you're telling me the first ever rookie quarterback to win a Super Bowl is going to be Brock
It's never
Purdy.
been done.
It's never been done.
I mean, there's always a first, but it's never been done.
Yeah, and you're telling me it's going to be Brock Purdy. He's going to be the first one. I mean, like, you guys are fucking on
to go into Dallas or to go into Philly and play in that environment with a rookie third string, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be tough.
But we'll find out more in the next 2 weeks about who this Brock kid is. Definitely. The plays out, you know, the whole Buccaneers game. If we win it, that's great. But Buccaneers,
the Buccaneers are fucking terrible. We should win that game.
Their D line, though, is definitely better than like the
their interior.
Yeah,
and their linebackers.
Yeah, so we'll see how. I mean,
I'm more worried about that.
I don't know how Seattle's playing so damn good. I still haven't understand.
Yeah, I don't know.
You got to give it to Pete. Good coaching.
I know. That's.
You can hate Pete Carroll, but the dude can coach.
Yeah, that's fair. He can, but we got to win that game too. Like, that's the thing is that I feel like we got to win 2 more games, but one has to be against Seattle.
Yeah, I was looking at the conferences. I was looking at the division games. If we win the Bucks and we beat Seattle, there's no way we're losing the NFC Championship. I mean, the division.
NFC West. Yeah,
NFC West.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need to win the next 2 games. Then we'll be 10-4.
Yeah, because like beating Washington, they're playing pretty well right now. So
I don't see why we couldn't get 2 more wins, but that's what we got to get to get into the playoffs. But I don't know yet. Brock Purdy looked good against the Dolphins coming in, but I want to see him in a full game and how it looks.
Yeah,
hey,
that's fair.
Real quick.
Let's see how he looks on the script plays to start the game. That's what I'm interested to see. Go, Brandon.
Mr. Shadow wants
to talk. Just real quick. So I was watching NFL Live today, and during that time, the news broke where
Stop it, Lefty. Get out of there.
That's Brandon's present, dude.
You're just mad that you're just mad that you all lost freaking Cody Bellinger today, okay?
I'm not even a Dodgers fan. It's just to fuck with Brandon.
Well, I'm talking to Brandon.
Okay. So anyways, they were saying that it was during when we heard about the Jimmy G news, right? And Ryan Clark was saying something like, this is going to be something like Why are you saying in the chat, Christian? How it was with Brady and God, I'm blanking on his name right now.
Bledsoe.
When Brady first came in,
Bledsoe.
Bledsoe.
Eric Bledsoe.
Good job, media.
Yeah, where took a seat when because he was injured as well, right? And Brady came in and he ended up just taking them through the playoffs or whatever.
Won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
His second year.
You mentioned that into Garoppolo and Brock Purdy, so I thought that was kind of
Well,
interesting.
it'd be more probably a Nick Foles. It'd probably be more like a Nick Foles
type thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that Brady, not that Garoppolo was playing at the level that Wentz was that season, but
Yeah.
if he could
So I
come
thought
in,
that was weird.
if he can come in and I mean it's different because Foles wasn't a rookie either, but if he could come in and do what
But
Foles did, I'm
if
all for it. But
if we can keep it 100, bro. If Kansas City loses Mahomes, they're done. If Bengals loses Joe Burrows, they're done. If Josh Allen goes out, Bills are done.
Mhm.
This Niners team is not built around the quarterback. It's built
true.
around a great defense and a great running game.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you can get a quarterback that can just not screw it up and get the ball to the playmakers, which they do have, this is why we can still win games without Garoppolo because the way this system's built. But we're not dependent on the quarterback yet.
So like I know because I don't trust Purdy yet, but what Purdy has to do to win games is be money on third down.
And he was so
not
far.
turn the ball over.
Yep.
But if he fully trusts Kyle's offense, he can do those things because that's what the difference I saw between him and Jimmy because Jimmy never feels like he fully trusts the offense. Like he doesn't fully trust that receivers are just going to be open. Or know that like, hey, this guy's probably going to be open. I shouldn't just stare down Kittle and then have to kick a field goal when McCaffrey's wide open for a touchdown on the other side and I never looked at him. I'm getting the feeling hopefully that Purdy can be a little bit better at that because the one feeling I did get watching that game was, he trusts Kyle's offense. He trusts what Kyle tells him is going to happen. Maybe he can do what Jimmy was doing and maybe even a little better, I'm hoping. I mean, he doesn't have to throw the ball deep really with it not having a strong arm so it's no different than the Jimmy offense, and the Jimmy offense isn't that hard to run. If he can even do it a little bit better, maybe that gives us a chance. And if he can play mistake-free, well, not mistake-free, but limit the mistakes.
Yeah.
But he also was already doing what Jimmy never does. He does what Jimmy. Why did Jimmy get hurt, guys? Why? What did he not do? What could have he have like throw the ball away?
No.
If he throws the ball away right away when he starts running out of the pocket, he doesn't.
It's so weird because Garoppolo does that in like some games where he'll actually throw it out, and then it's like, why aren't you doing it? Like
what did Purdy do consistently? He just threw the ball away.
But I gotta say this too. Kyle should have called a timeout before that play with Jimmy and give him a chance to relook at the play.
I know.
In fact, he didn't call a timeout. I'm not saying that would have prevented the injury, but who knows?
It's just, I mean, definitely hindsight's 20/20, but
correct.
It's just frustrating to know that Jimmy's one of the biggest knocks we've had on Jimmy not throwing the ball away kind of led to his injury.
Can at least we all agree on this? That at least it's not Nick Mullins back there playing against the Bucs this Sunday. It's going to be Brock.
So I think what's exciting for us is we don't know.
Yeah, it's unknown.
Brock Purdy yet, and he did good against Miami, so there's a lot of excitement. But for me, I'm not getting too excited because I know better. I know better.
Yeah,
we've had too many years since I've been my whole time being a Niners fan, my whole life of bad quarterback play and mediocre quarterback play. So
it's looking at a Chevy Camaro, bro, and then realizes it's a V6 instead of V8. You're like,
exactly.
What? Exactly. It looks nice on the outside, but the performance not the same. So we'll definitely find out a lot about Brock in this game against the Bucs, but more Seattle. So
it's crazy because I'll tell you what, the numbers maybe injuries have been unneeded, but this team would be unstoppable if it had a legitimate quarterback. You put Joe Burrow back there in that offense, or man, dude, this offense with a good quarterback, or this team with a good quarterback would be fucking insane. Like one that could win games for you. Fuck, damn. Like, did you guys see that game-ending throw fucking Burrow made to Higgins in that amazing catch? I was like, holy fuck, dude. That guy's like my favorite guy in the league, Joe Burrow.
I like
He's
Joe
amazing.
Burrow, yeah.
So, I think we're gonna wrap it up here because Beto has to go as well, anyways. So just real fast, who's your guys' MVP of the game? And then we'll end it after that. Beto, go ahead, go first.
For the Bucks game, it's going to be for me Bosa. We need another strong outing of Bosa. He needs to get on Tom Brady, knock him on his ass, and put the fear in his old man. For me, Bosa, definitely.
All right, media.
Were you asking for this game or like the next game?
I was talking about the Dolphins game, but that's okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The Dolphins game.
Yeah, like who was your MVP for you?
I'll still stay with Bosa because he got 3 sacks. So.
Yeah, he had 3 sacks, dude.
Yeah, I would say Bosa, but I'm gonna go a little different just because I don't want to be going the same. Because you guys probably gonna say Bosa too. I'm gonna go with Fred Warner because man, that dude's just been balling consistently now. Like he's everywhere. He got the game, the pick at the end to make sure that the game was over. I almost want to pick Dre Greenlaw though because he had the touchdown. So Fred Warner's my MVP.
All right, Christian.
Let's see. I'll go Armstead just because he looked fucking fantastic coming back, and his push up the middle really helped like Bosa a lot.
Yeah. All right, and then me, I'm gonna say Dre Greenlaw because I liked how he took Tyreek Hill's mouthpiece, and he also mentioned how he said that he was telling Tyreek that he was gonna beat his ass, destroy his ass or whatever.
Who did that?
Greenlaw.
Oh, dude, Greenlaw's a fucking badass.
Yeah,
dude.
he's the animal. So, I think that's gonna do it for us, guys. For those of you in the chat, thanks for tuning in. It was a good show. We missed some people today, but that's all right. Catch us on the next one. Oh, Bashar, you just joined us hella late, man.
I know. I was busy.
Hey, Deon didn't even show up.
I know.
Who didn't show up?
No, he
Deon.
didn't.
Deon, okay.
We're gonna end it right now, but we'll be back to preview the Bucks game, and hopefully everybody will join.
Bashar gets to say bye to everybody.
Bye, guys.
But until oh, wow,
I had to bring some type of comedy to the show,
Fucking covered in late, dude. What's up, guys?
This guy,
For sure, I'm gonna have to start taking tardies.
Hey, what's
bro.
that meme? What's that meme of Homer's dad, fucking Grandpa Simpson, dude? Fucking he walks on in, puts his
Hey,
hat.
good thing it didn't stream to my channel. I was looking up top if it streamed to my channel or not.
Yeah,
it's on Deon's channel.
I know. I thought Deon never said if he was coming or not.
So you took me up, but you didn't take out Deon.
Like you did. So it's all good. But
my bad.
We'll be back later this week. Christian's gonna be with me this time this weekend, so we'll probably do a show together live, along with the Hive guys to preview the Bucks show. And if Media, Beto, and Bashar, you guys want to join, let me know, man. Yep. But until next time, guys, go Niners. Peace.
Go
Niners.
Niners.